Howdy there. Well, it's been a little bit, but I saw Transformers 3, Dark of the Moon. It's been a little bit. It's been like 2 weeks since I've seen it. But I saw it in 3D, and I enjoyed it. I'll give it a 5. I think, you know, pretty much right down the middle. Excuse me. Just to recap, I gave the first Transformers a 6. I think it's a solid 6. I gave 2 a 4. And now I will give 3 a 5. It is definitely a step up from 2, but still many of the same problems. And I didn't have near as much fun as I did than watching number 1. So again, it falls right in the middle there. I think many people are saying that it's better than 1, and I can't argue with that, because it's certainly really good. I mean, and compared to 2, and there was a lot of awesome shit in there, but it's still kind of a mess, you know. There were things I really, really liked about it and things I did not like about it. Let's see. It's about back in the 60s. The whole reason we went to the moon, turns out, was because there's something on the back of the moon, on the dark side of the moon. And we've got to figure out what that is. And what that is a Autobot ship with a weapon in it that would apparently end their war on Cybertron somehow. You know, it's you know, a weapon. Stargate, if you will. So the Decepticons want that weapon. The Autobots don't want them to have the weapon. That's pretty much it. Star Shia LaBeouf, John Turturro, let's see, Francis McDormand, Leonard Nimoy is a voice. He was awesome. He's always awesome, though. Let's see, who else is in there? The regular, what is it, Josh Duhamel and Taye Diggs. The supporting characters from the other Transformers movies, they're all there. They're all back except for the female has changed to a robot. She's a supermodel, apparently. She is wooden, to say the least, but she's very hot. But wooden. Directed by Michael Bay, produced by Steven Spielberg. Michael Bay, say what you want about him, he may not make the best movies, but he does make movies that support his vision, and I have to respect that. He's a singular artist, and he makes films look and feel the way he wants them to feel, no matter if you don't like it. So I've got to give it up to him for that. But again, I really wish he would do something with heart, you know. But he's a fantastic action choreographer, knows how to shoot action. And of course you got Spielberg here producing, which helps, I'm sure, at some level. I saw it in 3D. It was filmed and shot in 3D. So you should see it in 3D. And it was a great use of the technology. It looked amazing. The special effects were at times mind-blowing. I immediately wanted to rewind the film and watch it, you know, that scene again. But, you know, you can't do that. I could actually see myself renting this. I never rented it. I saw the second one time in the theater and said enough. So I could see myself watching this one again at some point. Again, purely for some of those action sequences. What I didn't like about it, let me get that out of the way. One, when I thought of the first movie, I laughed a lot and maybe even clapped here and there in the first one. I had a lot of fun. Here I didn't have so much fun. I was just kind of watching this story. I felt less involved. And again, just less fun. So that's why I've got to give it that 5, then tying it with the first one with a 6. There was an irresponsibility to character. I don't know where characters are half the time. There is a particular scene, the last half hour, 45 minutes, maybe even hour, is an action scene where Chicago is practically obliterated. During that last hour, characters appear and disappear, and it seems when they are needed, and I'm like, what are they doing when they're not needed by the main character? What's going on? Are they somewhere chilling out, sitting down, drinking a can of oil? What are they doing? Particularly Bumblebee. That was my big beef. Towards the end, Bumblebee seems to be everywhere and nowhere. He, he's with his Autobot friends being held captive. Then he's not there. Then he pops up to save Sam when he needs to be saved, and then promptly disappears again. So I'm like, okay, so where is he? Let's follow him. Let's see what he's doing. And the reason we don't follow him is because he's not doing anything. We don't, it's not written. So and it's not just Bumblebee. There's they just pop up when they are needed. It's just it happens. It's the God and the machine, and everyone's a machine here, and they just pop up when they have to. I guess since they're all machines, they can just do whatever they want to and pop up and say, okay, this is just how it's going to be, which is fine. I accepted it. The actress, the supermodel, wow. I don't understand why we can't employ actresses. Why can't we employ actresses? We have to get a supermodel, to act. To me, it doesn't make any sense. Especially when the performance is the performance she gives, And again, she's just gorgeous. And that's why she got the job. Again, get the meat in the seats, you put the most beautiful people you can in a movie. But you gotta have something else besides looks. And I don't think she did. Another thing that was a real pet peeve to me, and again, it all came down to character. And maybe the reason it's sticking in my craw so much is it happened at the end. The supermodel, the girlfriend of Sam, has to remind Megatron to be bad. Megatron has given up all of a sudden, even though he's been dreaming of defeating Optimus Prime and standing triumphant for millennia or whatever. Now all of a sudden, he's like, meh, and he sits on his ass and gives up, basically. And then the supermodel, the girlfriend, comes along and has to remind Megatron, has to give him an idea that he should be bad. Hey, you should betray someone right now, Megatron. And so Megatron's like, yes, you're right. What? Megatron should stomp on that lady, like the insect she is. And there should be Megatron should be on top of things, Megatron should be the bad guy. And he's not. And I don't think that's true to his character at all. You know, for 2.5 films, we established that he will do nothing. He will stop at nothing to be victorious. And then in the last 20 minutes, he gives up, you know. And then it takes a human to say, you know what, I think you should be a bad guy. No, didn't work for me. Didn't work for me at all. Just character, you know, character. And some of the acting is really good. John Turturro, always good. Frances McDormand, always good. Everything is hyper stylized, and I don't get it. Ken Jeong is in this from Community, the Hangover films. His scenes blow my mind. I don't even understand why he has to act that way, other than he was told to. You know, it's just hyper stylized performances. John Malkovich plays a one-note character. You can't get a better actor to play a one-note character, especially this particular one-note character, because he has to be crazy, and John Malkovich is delightfully crazy. So again, there's lots of like little things that I really liked, and mostly it came down to acting, to performance. There's one thing that I even thought was kind of silly. I didn't even know if I liked it, but the more I thought about it, the more I loved it. I believe his name was Starscream. Basically Megatron's right-hand man, the guy who turns into a jet. Again, Starscream. Basically acts like Igor, and like I think he's adopted this persona over the course of the films, but he's there and he's rubbing his hands together and he's like, yes, master, yes. And I love that. I thought it was great. It made no real sense to me, but other than to be reference to all the other great henchmen in filmdom, but it's still silly, but I enjoyed that. Again, little pieces of performance, I think, really saved this for me. And again, the action is spectacular. I mean, it's state-of-the-art, eye-popping visually. I had a problem with the sound. I've got to blame the theater. I am not blaming the mix at all. I almost felt I should see it again in the theater because the sound was so off. I expect my movies to make my ears bleed. You know, I should kind of want them to turn it down. And here I was like, God, I can't hear anything. So I think the mix was kind of off. The theater, I think, was kind of off. So I'm trying not to let that affect. But I think I was definitely missing something with the sound effects. Again, state-of-the-art technology. Michael Bay made another Michael Bay movie. I don't really know what else to say about it. It was, okay. I saw it with my little cousin, and maybe this will make a great wrap-up of it. And I will point out that he did this within like the first hour and not the last hour of the film, which is a long action sequence. And he's 14 years old, and when a 14-year-old teen is watching a movie made for 14-year-old boys, and he does this, something's not right. You can do something better. But after the film was over, he said that it was awesome and that it was the best Transformers movie and whatever. So again, he wound up enjoying it, but I did notice that for a while it was taking some effort for him. So I don't know. For me, that sums it up, the experience. So that's Transformers 3, and I'm giving it a 5. Thank you.